Good afternoon. Today is Saturday, September 6, 2025. Today is my 20-year anniversary of being at Davis Auto Sales full-time, after working a 37-year career in the IT field for a major Fortune 100 corporation. Because I blink so much when I've seen myself on camera, the few times I've been on camera, I'm going to do like JW does, and now I'm going to put on sunglasses so you don't see the continuous blinking. I can't ad-lib like my son does, so if you see me looking down, I'm looking at a paper to remind me of things I wanted to say so I won't forget. I am the mother of the famous JW and also of Brian and Daniel, who run the Davis Off-Road Shop, and you see here occasionally on this YouTube channel. I'm known as Ms. Davis, Mom Davis, Mom, Grandma, and of course Gail Davis. I have been a part of Davis Auto Sales since the very beginning. In 1976, after a couple of years of marriage, my husband, the boy's father, decided he didn't want to work on cars anymore. He wanted to sell cars. Because I had a corporate job with amazing benefits, we were able to make that happen for him. So we started very small. We would buy one car. We would put it on a 90-day banknote. He would do all the mechanical work on it, and I would clean on it, vacuum it, clean the outside. If the headliner was ripped, I would sew up the headliner. And as we sold that one car, we would go buy another one and do the same process. Before we had a garage at the house we lived in, my husband had a motorcycle, and I guess I was a pretty understanding wife. I let him park that motorcycle in the living room. I'll have AJ put a picture of that motorcycle in our living room. At that time, we couldn't afford living room furniture, so it was a pretty much empty room, and we didn't have a garage to park it in, so why not? Also, AJ will put a picture in of a pre-square body truck that we were working on in the backyard. And then the next picture that he may show you would be once the garage is up. And that garage probably had more square foot in it than our house did. But a picture of my husband's white truck that I know you've seen in many of the videos up on a rack in one of our buildings. It started life as a black truck, and that will be the picture that early life of that AJ will drop in here, and then hopefully we'll have a picture of the way it looks today. Also, since I had a corporate career, sometimes I would do the accounting on the weekends, and of course I had to go to school to learn accounting. I went to the local community college and took 2 years of accounting and business law, so that I could do accounting for the business. And in the early days, the accounting was very easy because we didn't sell a lot of vehicles. I just wanted you to understand the meager beginnings of Davis Auto Sales. It was nothing like what you see today. The business did not get handed down to us from another generation. We started it from scratch. In 50 years, it has had such a tremendous growth. I think JW has covered the history of the moves from the different facilities, so I'm not going to go into that here. But I did want to share with you, I've always had a love of vehicles. When I was 16 years old, I had a 1967 396 350 horsepower 4-speed Chevelle, brand new. My father did not want me to have that vehicle. He said it was too powerful for me. But as most girls with their daddies, they usually end up getting their way, and I did. My father and mother gave me $500 as the down payment, and then I had to make the payments and put the gas in the vehicle myself. So at 16 years old, I was working at Tallhammer's, which was a local clothing store, and my paycheck went to paying my car payment, my gas, and of course I bought a lot of clothes too. I remember vividly how much I paid for that car, just like it was yesterday. It was $3,550. That car was the love of my life. I would go out every weekend and wash it myself. I'm not sure if the picture that AJ is going to put in here for you had chrome wheels on it, but I did have chrome wheels. I would go out and polish my chrome wheels. I even can remember going out in the snow, full snow gear, boots, and getting the snow off my wheels and polishing them. I also polished all the chrome under the hood of the vehicle. 4 years later, I traded it in on a new 1972 Camaro, yellow in color as well, and AJ will put a picture in here of that. I also have the original buyer's guide, window sticker, whatever you want to call it, from that vehicle. And if AJ will zoom in for you, you'll see that I only got $500 for my trade-in for the Chevelle to the Camaro. I've always had a love of Camaros. I've had several in my life, and presently I have a 2024 Camaro in my garage. It was the last year they're being made. And it sits in my garage a lot because I don't want to put a lot of miles on it, and it never comes out of the garage if there's any hint of rain. Davis Off-Road and Davis Auto Sales were all one corporation, but because of the growth, they were split into two separate corporations. As I said earlier, Brian and Daniel are running Davis Off-Road, and JW here is managing Davis Auto Sales. We have seen tremendous growth in the last 20 years in both of these businesses. And if you see me now looking at my paper, it's because I don't want to miss anything that I wanted to say, and I make it emotional. I mostly want to say that I am so proud of my three sons with the way they have grown the business, the way they treat their customers, and the way they operate the business. Unless you have been in business for yourself, you don't understand what it takes to run a business. People that don't own a business think that if you own a business, you can just take off anytime you want and go play golf, do whatever it is you want. But that's not the way it is with our business. We're here every day, all of us, working hard, working long hours. I have a large friend group that I hang around with, and they are asking me all the time, when are you going to retire? When are you going to retire? I'm way past retirement age. But I finally just put it in terms they could understand. I said, look, I don't have a job. I have a legacy. It's different than you working for someone else and you get to your retirement age and you just leave. My husband started his dream almost 50 years ago. It's my job to try to continue that dream, to build this legacy for my children and my grandchildren. I know their dad would be so proud of them. It's another day and another pair of sunglasses. I just wanted to clarify something from the video yesterday and add just a couple of very short points. One, when I said I was working at 16 years old, yes, I was still in high school, and that working was 2 evenings a week from 6 to 9, and then on Saturday from 12 until closing at 9. I did go on to get a 4-year IT degree from Virginia Commonwealth University. My parents instilled in me a strong work ethic and an attitude to get it done. One fun thing from my 67 Chevelle that I didn't mention yesterday is that when I was a teenager, white letter tires were very popular. So I got me an artist's paintbrush and a little bottle of white paint, and I sat in my backyard and painted the white letters on all 4 of my tires. I would be remiss if I didn't mention the amazing employees we have at Davis Auto Sales and Davis Off-Road. Because we are a small organization, we are like family with each other. And we appreciate the dedication and time that they devote to our business. And lastly, the necklace I had on yesterday was my grandmother's engagement ring, which I had made into a necklace. And the reason I mention this is that it just seems like yesterday I had a grandmother, and now I'm a grandmother. My father, near the end of his life, said, take time to smell the roses. Thank God for every day that you wake up, because you never know if it will be your last. And God bless all of you that watch this channel.